Heyo! Welcome to this little track overview of Galileo Ring, the first track in the Apex Stalkers F1 Championship and GP2 series this coming week. This is just a solid lap I put together in a little race, nothing too spectacular, just points out a few of the key features of the track that you're going to want to watch out for. So without further ado, let's get into the lap. So here we are, coming up to the last corner. Make sure you nail this so you get a nice run onto the straight before hitting the first corner. Now you're going to want to keep it tight through the first two corners just to really make sure you keep the speed up. I have paused it here just to point out the obstacles on the exit. If you take too much speed you will be going straight into them. Now up this hill, it's all about just preparing yourself for the corner on the top of the hill. You will see I do stop the recording again just to point out my braking zone, which is coming now, I believe. There you go. Yeah, as you can see, you can just about see the apex over the crest of the hill. You're going to want to be aiming for that. Roll the car in, smooth out, make sure you don't hit the tyre lines on the exit. This right-hander, just keep the revs high, nice and smooth. Also keep it tight through this left-hander, otherwise you will drift wide and there's some tyre lines there that can catch you out. At the end of the tunnel here, you're going to want to brake just before the end, so you make sure you get the car rolled into the chicane and you're not carrying too much speed on the apex. This tree here, just whip the car around it, make sure you brake before the air time so you don't get caught into the barrier. Downhill, I paused it here again just to point out the tyre lines on the exit. You're going to want to straighten the car out before you get round this corner really, so you don't go flying into them. Really need to modulate the throttle as well so you don't end up ruining races for everybody else around there. Now this bit is just a nice high speed section, just keep it nice and smooth, nothing too spectacular. Now I've paused it up here again just to point out the apex in this corner. As you can see, it looks like there's a lot of room, but there's really not on the exit. You can go flying down that cliff, hit the lamppost, go over the cones, you name it, it's going to happen there. Now this is just coming up to the end of the lap. Keep it nice and simple around this last corner, make sure you don't go too hard into the barrier. And there you go, that's the lap. I believe that was a 1:24.3, and as I said, nothing too spectacular, but a solid race lap nonetheless.